What's up, people? It's XOX, and today I thought I would be talking about a certain. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. Allergies. Just want to go get COVID. So, as I was saying, enjoy this little video.
Once a generation, there is a tournament. I can send you there.
We have prepared for this moment for a long time.
Then it is time.
Yes. Now, we must hurry. The others will be gathering.
Your reputation precedes you, Hanzo Hisashi.
If one realm wins the tournament 10 times, they will have the right to merge with the other. And rule as they see fit.
Gather our forces. It's time to end this game. Once and for all.
So, hopefully the sound wins that vid, but I'm not 100% sure. But as we've seen from that trailer, it looks fantastic. Who's about ready to see some more action? I know I am. I've been waiting forever just to see another Mortal Kombat movie. So far, however, if we look back to '95, there's actually been some flaws in that film that didn't do too well. Like, for example, we have Van Damme portraying Sub-Zero, and looking at all those old trailers and whatnot. For a long time, Mortal Kombat was straight up on the pause, and then now we get to see this movie back in action. Although I will be honest, I didn't think this movie would actually go back in action like this, because over the years people have been like trying to make their own fan films of this. Looking at all the characters in this movie, so basically the story is that there's this character. He's a new Mortal Kombat character. He's portrayed by Louis Tan. His name is Cole Young. He's basically a washed-up MMA fighter who doesn't have any belief in himself. He doesn't believe in himself anymore. He once had hope and doesn't have any anymore. And as you heard from this trailer from Raiden's voice, that he's going to participate in this tournament. And there's also going to be some villains, apparently, that's going to be, his main antagonist, of course, like Shang Tsung. And, from what we've seen from the trailer, you basically seen that this, the build-up that we're going with in this film, that he has a birthmark on his, somewhere on his chest, and then basically Shang Tsung gets interested in that, so that's why he wants to, get a chance to see the dude in person. And then from there on, we get to basically see Cole's character basically interact with other iconic characters that we know and love, like Raiden, Scorpion. You heard it from the narrator, Hanzo Hisashi. Well, actually, the narrator is actually Raiden, but we get to see a lot more detail. I will admit the special effects look very, very nice. Looking more promising than what we've seen from before a long time ago. And we also get to see some more characters that are going to pop up. And the bottom line is with this movie is that, I have to admit, though, this is rather something good. But since basically he's portraying a new character, are we also going to see some other new characters that's being portrayed? Because, over the years, since they kind of, have to renew their Mortal Kombat movie franchise, I guess, well, we see characters from, like, the newer games from Mortal Kombat, like, last decade, like Scarlet from Mortal Kombat 11. No, actually, sorry about that. I mean, like Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 9. or we're gonna see what's the name of the other one? Oh yeah, we're gonna see Cassie Cage from 2015. Because she's the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. We're gonna see Cole. Like there's a lot of other characters that's gonna probably pop up. I mean, I'm not 100% sure they're gonna go that route because you know since the movie's basically focused on this character that they just added in, and we'll probably hopefully see him in the game as well. We're gonna definitely see a lot more development that are coming towards to with this film, and then on top of that, we'll be able to see a more, according to the director, he said a gory, not shiny, but gory family, not really family film, and what I mean, but I mean like because it's about family, and you'll get to see a lot of, as you can see in the last part, the action, and there's more to looking at. A lot of, well, actually, I recognize some of the actors I was looking at, like Hanzo Sashi's obviously that guy from Rush Hour. His real name is Kenji, and I actually feel glad they chose him for this role because it's a good thing that they decided to, add someone they know for a fact that's gonna be a good portrayal for this character instead of adding in someone who isn't going to be fit. This film kind of reminds me, like, I know this is completely unrelated, but I mean it's just an example that like Batman and Robin didn't work out too well, so they had to renew it. So I feel like maybe the previous Mortal Kombat movie didn't do that well. So it's like the renewing it was something entirely different. I just feel like they're going that direction. And I just hope that they really do a good job on the way of executing this kind of thing. And so far, the further we look into this film, from what I've read from the director's interview, is that Cole's birthright makes him a target of Outworld from Emperor Shang Tsung, who sends out Sub-Zero to Earth to drag him down. However, Cole isn't the only one who possesses the power of the dragon. Jax has been blessed or cursed with that kind of thing, and excuse me, he advises Cole to seek out Sonya Blade for Journey. Will bring him to face with several other characters, including Lord Raid. So we get a lot of good input from this film. It's sounding very, very promising, but I just hope it doesn't end up being a bad execution because, like I said before, I remember back in the old one that, like I said before, didn't. Like, anybody remember Mortal Kombat Annihilation? That one's pretty old too. I want to say it's a sequel to the one before that, and looking back on it now, it's like, wow, okay, but like just think about how long it's been since we've seen that kind of, for the franchise. Because for some reason, we all noticed, and you fans know it too. For some reason, Mortal Kombat never worked very well in the movie as a franchise. And even as much as this next guy that I like to see that all in action, for some reason it just didn't pay off. And I hope this is the moment where we finally get what we're looking for instead of it just being another bad image of, or I should say, a bad execution on those characters. But I've came this far talking about this, and I totally forgot to bring this up. But maybe there's another reason why I'm kind of glad they didn't make another Mortal Kombat movie. And I really hate to say this, and I don't mean this to you guys, but anybody remember Melina? So, she has that thing going on for mouth. So, I don't want to imagine that in the CGI world because then it might give folks nightmares. I mean, in Mortal Kombat, it actually got lips, but in Mortal Kombat Deception, or from what I've read online, it says the creepiest of all, and they weren't lying. I saw that image, and I'm totally not going to show you that image, so don't have to worry about that. And, because, I'm just like, oh, God. I mean, sure, we can look at Barack or whatever, but sure, I don't think we can look at Melina. I mean, the top part of her face looks normal, then when she's taking off that mask, it's like, oh, my God. I might as well just play some horror music at this point. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm glad to see that we're getting back on track with this, Mortal Kombat franchise to work with the film. All I hope is that they manage to make this work out and make this film memorable, hopefully. Make it good. As you see in this image, Liu Kang and Kung Lao are looking pretty great right now. I hope we'll see some other characters from other realms, like the Nether Realm, of course, Earth Realm, Outworld. I also read on the article that the writer said he's going to change his name from Outworld to Outer World. And I really hope he doesn't change that name. Because, I mean, even just to change the slightest thing in whatever, the fandom, whatever they like, then, it's going to cause an uproar. Because I remember the guy who directed Sonic wanted to make sure that he gave the fans what they wanted, so that way they won't get pissed off at him. Like, hey, why'd you change his name? Why'd you change that? So you want to have an uproar with the fans because I mean, if I was a director, well, unfortunately I'm not, but if I was, I would just stick to the original source material. I wouldn't change anything to anything else. I would just keep it the way it is. I'm not gonna retcon it like that because I mean, it is kind of retconning it, honestly. Changing the name from Outer World to Outer World, yeah, it's kind of retconning the whole idea of the thing. So, without further ado, like, subscribe, and see you guys later. Peace.